Hey everybody, it's me, Patty. Okay, I am going to tell you what happened. I've been working on a journal for my niece, and my camera keeps giving me issues. Hopefully this time I don't have an issue. Got a piece of tape stuck on my fingers. Anyways, the first time it was too bright, and I looked like a ghost, literally. I'm not joking. I mean, it was like fluorescenting me. So I had to delete that one. And then the second video that I made, I'd already pretty much done the book's thing, so I didn't get to do that with you. So I'd already done this part of putting it together, I'm saying. The hard cardstock, putting it all together, and I didn't get to show y'all. So I'm going to tell you what happened, okay? But before I go to that point, I need to tell you that the second video that I did, it was all blur. So that's the fabric being put on here, and these corner protectors, they were put on here. I didn't get to show any of that because it was too blurry. I mean, like literally blurry. I didn't know it was set on manual, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't focusing. So anyways, I fixed it, I think, for that part. And the brightness, I think I fixed on that side too, even though I'm always going to be really bright colored because I'm so pale. Anyways, so we're going to go from there, from here, right here, where we're at. This is how we're going to have to do it. I'm sorry. So what I'm going to tell you that I did here, and then I'll get to binding the book. So what I did was I took cardstock. Show you the cardstock real quick. I took two of these. These are this 14 by 8.5. I cut it in half, 7-inch, and it stayed the 8.5 this way. So that's, as you can see, still that width. Now, after I did that, I made sure to glue these two together. I mean, not together like this, but I mean, I cut them separately so it wouldn't kill my thing. Then the separate pieces I glued together. Okay, and I already had the spine. The cardstock for the spine already done. I actually have those prepared for any time I need to make a journal. And all that is cardstock put together, and then I cut a whole bunch of strips that are about, let's see, about 1 3/4 inches. So yeah, and that's enough to put at least 2 signatures on. I'm going to try and do 3 in this one, but I'm not going to fill the signatures with a lot of paper, hopefully. From what I'm looking at over here to the right, that might not be the case. So anyways, okay, so I got the cardstock put together, and I taped it down on here. So it was straight on here. I had it all straightened where I needed it to be on my mat, and I taped it with painter's tape. Normally people use the clear see-through, or it's called tie-back. You can buy tie-back on Amazon as well, which I'll put on my Etsy store so you can find that too. Not my Etsy store. On my website recommends page. There we go. So anyways, instead I just use this because I want to test something, because she's kind of I don't know if she's rough, but her daughter would be rough if she ended up giving it to her daughter, which I hope she don't do. It'll let me know how long it will last with the spine. So anyways, I took 2 strips of that and put it across here and let it touch here and here, so it would keep it stable. And then I could do whatever else I need to do, which, as you can see this little line here. That's a piece of fabric that goes from here to there. And I put the fabric over the top of that. And then I plastered it down with some Fabri-Tac and got busy with that, and it did really good. Then I flipped it over, and on this side I did the same thing. I put the tape on this side to hold it down, and then I took I didn't cut it or anything, I just left it a long strip, so I took it and just flipped it over and glued it down on top of the painter's tape. And then it ended up flipping back over, and it kind of went over here at the top, because it's thin here and flat, but up here it's kind of thick, because that's where it overlaps right there. So that's what I did there. It was kind of like muslin, the material, the fabric that I used on the spine. I would take this while the glue was still soft, and I'd press into here, keeping a gap in between this and this. The spine and the back cover, and the spine and the front cover. I made sure to keep a little portion, like 1/4 of an inch. Let's see if my millimeters, I'd say about, wrong side. Well, this is centimeters, this is not millimeters. So for centimeters, I'd say I kept it about 1, 2, 3. About 3. Let me make sure. Yeah, about 3. So I kept it about 3 millimeters apart. And when it comes to inches, I'm going to say, I'm going to say probably the 3 as well. The 3 little lines. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry, I'm not real good with math, unfortunately. So anyways, and then I used that to push down inside the groove to make sure that I could still bend the book this way. You don't want to worry about bending it that way because they're never going to bend it that way. Hopefully not. But this way is always best. So I got it that way and it did really good. And then I flipped it over, and then on the front cover and on the spine, I used bubble wrap mailers. And it's the paper on the outside. It's the big long ones you get from places like Amazon, or if you order from Etsy, some people will actually send you the big parcels and those big bags. Like if you get like these kind of papers in it. You get your vintage papers in it. And that's how big the package was. Okay, get this back in there. Okay. So that's what I cut it down to size to fit the journal cover and the spine. I had to cut the one for the spine because it was just pulling these inwards every time you try to close it, which makes sense. So I cut them to fit the areas, and that way there would be a gap still, just like when you do the fabric, you know, and the tape, you know, the little indentation. So I feel bad because I'm not able to show you because my camera did what it did, and I just don't know my camera that well. So as far as that, that's where we got. Unfortunately, the glue that I used for the mailer, I'll show you what the mailer will look like. I can't show you the other side because it has an address. But because it has, see, you can see do not bend. That's because it was probably that piece of paper. So anyways, this mailer has this plasticness to it, so Fabri-Tac don't hold on to that. So on the chipboard, the Fabri-Tac was there, and it kept pulling away. This kept pulling away from the Fabri-Tac, and I was getting frustrated. And finally, I decided to use what I had up here. I had in, you know, one of them tubes of super glue, and I never thought I'd ever have to use it, but I did. And Patty got stupid and forgot to put a hole in the tip thing, so I was sitting there squirting, trying to squirt it out, and it wasn't coming out, and I wasn't thinking. Then all of a sudden, it started coming out around this area of it, you know, the super glue did. And I was wondering why my fingers, and I realized it was on my fingers, and my fingers was trying to hold on to the tube, and then they would have been stuck, and I would have been like, oh my God, I'd been walking around with a tube of, you know what I mean? So I hurried up, did what I could with the other hand, putting a piece of paper around it, and if the paper got stuck to my finger forever, then that's okay. I didn't care. I didn't want no tube stuck to my finger though. So I hurried up and got it underneath there, plastered it down. Did the same thing with no, I didn't do it with the spine because it's going to be behind here, and it's already going to have the brackets in there to hold the signatures in. So I'm not worried so much about that. Plus the fabric's going to hold it down. But this side too, I pulled it back and started doing that with what was left, and then I hurried up and threw it in the trash before it just, because I set it down over here on my table, and you can see a big old puddle where it came. So anyways, that's what happened there. So I had my little iffies there, you know. And then that's when I decided to put my fabric on there. That was the other video, the last video, which didn't work right. And so what I did is I picked out this material here because it matches, what's it at? Because I'm making a peacock journal. And this is so great together. I love the colors together. I'm going to bring it up so it's not glaring from the light. See how good the colors are together? And so that's why I chose that. And of course, peacocks, you know, I need to go down there and get more of those. I keep forgetting that. Oh, I'm trying to put that back on there so it don't get squished or crushed. So anyways, so that's why I picked this material. I had this set aside. This was a beautiful shirt that I got from the resale store that was on a dollar rack. And it's real thin and sheer. And I just seen something really potential in that and ended up doing it for this one, which is for my niece. It was going to be a gypsy journal. I just seen a gypsy journal with this fabric so badly. But I want to make it for my niece. I want this to be perfect. So this is the fabric. The only problem is when I did this, this is the bottom, this is the top. I wanted this print to look like it's cascading down instead. And instead it looks like it's going upwards because of the way I put the fabric on there. Because I didn't look at the other side to know where my top and my bottom is. And that's why if you ever watch Pam from the Paper Outpost, she'll tell you. If you have to, put a clip on there, just put some kind of like evidential thing, put a, you know, F up here and a back up, I mean B up here, which is for front and back, and it shows you where it needs to be, is that should be at the top kind of thing, you know what I mean? So I didn't do that. So I messed up, but it's okay. It turned out great. I love it this way too, as well. So anyway, so I glued it down with, Scotch Create glue stick. Because I didn't want to deal with this seeping through. That kind of did, but not bad. It actually went away. There is some extra fabric. I don't know if you can tell that. It's like kind of gathered in spots and puckering, as they say. Which is fine. It's no big deal because when it closes, it tightens back up. And that's no problem. Now, I had to figure out which one I wanted to be my front. Did I want my front this way? Or do I want my front to be this way? And I wanted it to be this way because I like this. I don't know why, I just do. And I really like this. I wanted this to be the front, but it couldn't be because then it would be this way. And it just doesn't look right, you know? And this has to be down at the bottom because it's flat and this is the, you know, thick part. Because that's where I'm going to be putting, actually, I just thought about something. Because when I put the Spine Jewelry's, what do you call it, the eyelet through here, it's got to be thinner. This is going to be too much fabric for it to go in. So I may end up having to do the top be this way. Well, maybe that'll work out. See, and the green that's on the inside, I made sure that it was just the right, you know, width and everything, and it covers right there like that. And I folded it in. I did this like Pam shows where you cut it, the fabric this way, and then I just, you know, glued that side down, glued this side down, and then glued that side over. And then this green I put on top of there. And of course, I used on this side, I also used the Scotch Create glue stick. And then after all that, I put these, what do they call them? Corner protectors on the corners of said journal. And that is where we're at with that. So do I want this to be on the front then? I don't know. I kind of like it like this. Kind of got used to it, I guess. Oh, this is perturbing me. It happens. Oh, I think the reason why I changed it out also is because of this, where this one's a little bit flatter. But it's no big deal. That is not a big deal. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to set up my signatures. Each one of these signatures so far, I think, is at 6. I do believe they're at 6 pieces. I want to get to 10 if that's going to be possible. I don't know. I need to keep an eye on the size. It's going to be like 3. I need to put a little bit more in there. So, okie dokie. So what I did so far without you, sorry, I have put, I chose not to use a whole bunch of digis. So I won't be putting those digis, the names of those digis in the bottom down there, okay? Because that would be way too much work for me. So the digis that I am using I will put in the description. If you see one of the digis that you like in particular, I will put that also in the description, or I'll just comment and tell you where you can find it. But for now, the ones that I used, I will put in the description. So in this one has one digital, that's the background. And I will give you the link to that one in the description. This is from the, what's it called? I forget the website now. It's a royalty and copyright-free, copyright-free type website that you can download things. And this was a calling card, a vintage calling card. And they actually were touching before. And I separated them. Let me see, do I have that in here? I might have the picture, the whole thing. Hang on. If I can find it. Not sure. Okay, well that's a lot of stuff there that I would have to go through. I don't see it, y'all. Sorry. Anyway, so it's on the royalty-free, copyright-free website. So that's that one. So it's a digital with a calling card that I cut in half, and I used my just regular paint on my laptop, and I edited it so I could edit the thing that they were holding together. I edited that out, and I added my own stuff to mute anything so it looks like it was that way. I'll come a little closer with you so you can see what I'm talking about. You just can't see it on here because I guess I'm really good at it. I didn't realize how good I was. But anyways, these dark dots and all this right here, all this is new. I put that in there by just copying another part of it and then pasting it and then doing it in a certain way. That's how I do it. And I think that was it on this side. It had ribbons that was connecting their mouths because they were together. They weren't separated. This one's tail was over here. These lily, or whatever you call them, I call them water lilies, but anyways, those weren't there. It was only that one. And I took that one out, pasted it, flipped it, did it, and like that until I got it in a different position, and then pasted it there. And the same thing with this one right on the edge. So, and I took away this light that's at the bottom. I guess that was supposed to have been like a reflection or something. I don't know. I took it out so it would look different. And I added all this in by just copying a little link of it right there, a little piece that's right here. And then I know those are cattails, so I just added some of the light color there to make them look like that. And up here, that was where its tail, this one's tail was over here. See, there's those reeds. So yeah, and I took that out. And up here, I took out the thing that it had where it was connecting each other to each other. So I took that out, and right down here, I had to do it down here too. And I'm trying to remember if there was anything I added over here. I added this flower. Oh, there is a flower right there that I added as well. So anyways, that's, oh shoot, I thought you could see. So I redid a little piece there, added the flower, took all this out because it was all pink. I had like a ribbon, and she had a ribbon, and they were connected by those to that ribbon. And I took the ribbon out, and I just copied, I like did the cutout thing, part thing, and just did it where I could copy it instead of cutting it. And that way, when I copy and paste, it pops it up here on the corner. You just drag it to where you need to. And I would just twist it and turn it until it was a different position every time. And you want it to go in the same direction as the rest of them, because it's supposed to be a real cool, like, it's supposed to be like art, if you know what I mean. But yeah, and that's what I did there. Here, I took the reeds and put them in there myself. This was her tail, was this whole area right here. I took that out, added the two flowers from that one, just flipped and flipped it until I got different positions. Added the water and added the reeds and the grass by just copying the piece that I did have from right here, because her tail went all the way down here like that and came down. But anyway, yeah, and that's what I did. Now you know. That's two things there that I will. Oh, this I can't give you the link to because it's on the website that I was talking about. But this I can give you a link to. Well, I mean, I can give you the link to that too, if I can find it. It's going to be hard for me to find it. This is also a digital that came with this, this person here. And I added my coffee stain graph paper. This is the parchment paper that I found at the resale store, which is really cool. It's called Golden. It's really cool. This is my eco-dyed paper. It's on pink paper. And this is one of my coffee stain with a print, a real pretty print. This is yellow paper to match and bring the color in from the outside, as you see. And then a piece of vellum, because I'm probably going to put some art paper in here so I can do some kind of a drawing for her and put it in there for her, because that's my niece. And the other ones are the same way. The only difference is the choice that I made for the inside of the inside the centerfold of the signature. So this one was the first one, and they're all duplicates. They have the same thing. This is the second one. Actually, that's the back, the one at the back. So that's going to be at the back. And that's a digital. That's from that one that I told you about. So it's already just one so far that I have to link you up with. This is another person. So I'll have to give you her name. And that was at the back. And then for this one, it's just pretty much a plain one because it's in the center. But it's really cool. And I mixed two digitals together. This is the one that you've seen. It was one of her journal cards that she made with these feathers on it. And then the background is a rusted wall with a little bit of hint of green. And I love it. It just looks so pretty together. And then I picked this picture here from, I think it was Pinterest. I seen it. It was an art piece somebody else did. And I loved it. So I just photocopied it or saved it onto my computer and then photocopied it onto sticker paper and stuck it here so I wouldn't have to go through all the excess stuff like I did the other ones. I already worked hard enough on that because I had accidentally put it on the back. And my printer was starting to have issues, and that's why you see the little tiny, tiny lines. It means I need to do maintenance on my printer, so I did, and it fixed it. So that's the back of this one. So there you go. And like I said, I already showed you what's in them each. Keeping them just like they're going to go in. So I should be at 6. So that's 1, 2. Oh, and this is going to be an extended page. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no, I'm at 7. So 7. Ooh, that's upside down. See? Always look at your papers. You may have them upside down. Okay, that's the way I want that one to go in. And, okay. Because every time I print them, they would come out wrong. Okay, I did this without you. Because I forgot to turn on the camera, which is not that hard for me to do, but I will show you what I did. It's a specialty envelopes that I have that you get in with like stationaries and stuff. I picked this one because it has the same flower that's on the inside of this. It's those flowers right there. So I wanted that to be in there with that. So this is going to go into that signature. I have 2 other colored envelopes. The thing that I did here is going to be done with these as well. So I'm just going to show you from those instead of messing up one of these again. But I leave the flap on one of them out because I can put something there to cover that so that it doesn't glue up here where you would make a pocket out of it, you know. So what I'm going to do, or I can put another piece of paper there if I want to. It's going to happen something, I don't know yet. But on the inside, what I do, I don't do like the other ladies. They always glue down the whole flap inside. I don't do that because when you do that, it bulks it. And so what I do is I just cut off a little portion. I don't know if you can see this with it being light colored. There, you can see where the cut is right there. Okay, I may have to come down here where it's not so bright. Okay, now you can see right there, that cut, that line. That is the flap. That I only cut about that much off. And I did it right above the flower. Like, when I was cutting it, I cut right above the flower, which is right here. So I left that much on the envelope. that much on the envelope. And that's what I tuck in after I put a little glue on there. I tuck it in. I don't glue this one down. I'll leave it in case I want to turn it into a pocket, or if I want to add a piece of paper to it and make it an extend page. A lot of the other ladies do that with these, so it's nothing that I've done differently. The only thing is whenever I do the flaps, I do them a little different. I think Rachel she does this part right here, but she doesn't cut off the excess. I do. Like I said, I don't like that excess on there. So anyways, I want that to be facing the front so they'll see the pretty flowers. If it's at the back, you won't be able to see it as easily. So this one's going to go at the front, so I'm going to pull this one on out. Figure out where I want to put this one. So let's find out. Let's see. I like the pink, and it'll bring out the pink in the flowers, because I don't know if y'all can see the pink. They're pale, pale pink. And this paper has pink in the background. So I'm going to use that paper, I'm going to put it right here. Right in there. So that gives a little pocket here where I can tuck things in. And I did cut off the edges here that keeps it from going in. And I need to, oh, that's what I was going to do. Before I put that in there, I forgot. Pull you back out so you can see what I'm doing. I just need to glue this area right here, these right here, the sides. I need to glue those down. So I would use the this, but I'm not doing that again because that stuff is really sticky. And my thing broke, and the new one that I put on, it's not for this. It was one I found at the resale store. It's a little tube of them, but for some reason the glue got up in the head of it and it just solidified. I have to lick, like stick it in hot water just to get it to undo that, So all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of this there. Try not to get that on anything else. And try not to get the dirty fingers on there, Patty. See, I got dirty fingers. That's okay. Like I said, it's my niece's. She won't have a problem with it. Is that going to come off? Oh, it's coming off. Woo. Well, kind of. Still smudgy looking, but it's not as bad as it was. Well, she can always say when I'm passed on, she'll go, oh, that's my Aunt Patty. She has her epidermal there. Get it? Because it's your fingertips. Anyway, I'm trying to be funny. So I'm just going to glue this down just like this. Just barely make it come out this time. Okay, flip it around, do this side. Man, I miss doing my videos as long as I want to, as a, like live feed. Because I could take my time, not be in such a rush. I can't stand it when I'm in a rush. It just really perturbs me. On my nerves. I need to just use my towel so I don't get my dirty fingers on there. There we go. Making sure they're not glued down. Okay, now that can go back in. Goes this way. There we go. I do have to cut those down if I'm going. Oh, where did that come from? Oh, that comes from the outside of this one. Okay, so that's something that's 8, 9, 10. So I need 2 more. But I'm going to go ahead and take care of these little guys here. So the next one's up. I'm going to use, what color is the inside? So I might use the green one on it. Use the brown on the back one. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Because it's got some bright green in it. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did with the other one. All I'm doing is cutting off a portion. To cut. I'm going to use the background, this little line from it on there instead of this, and just cut right where that little spot is for it. Flatten it out, lay that down on there, just cut that off. I can save this, I can make a pocket or a tuck out of it if I want to. Of course, it's got the sticky stuff on it, so you'll have to, if you do that, you got to make sure that you collage over that so it doesn't get sticky. Now this one, I'm going to leave it on there because, well, I don't know. I kind of like not, I'm going to take it off too. Most times I take them off all the way. I just cut, not all the way, but I mean, right about there. That over there. And put that up there for now. Jacket keeps jumping down in front of me. Okay. Just going to bend those back a little bit. Now I will probably cover this one or that one both, cover them both, and make a different kind of pocket out of it. I'll show you a way that I've made pockets before where it's like 2 pockets. I'll do the whole cover. I'll cover it on this side and I'll glue it down over here. You just glue here, here, all this you put glue on, and you only put glue down this. And then you put whatever you're going to do on there like that, let it sit and dry, and then go back and put like some kind of paper under. No, that's right, you can't do it like that. Ugh. Trying to remember how I did it before. Oh, I know what I did. I just glued all this down first. Didn't glue this down until I was ready to do my cut. I always put something that can go in there and then cut across there, and then I glue it down. And then I have a pocket here and a pocket there because I'll go underneath. I'll show you. Whenever it comes time, I'll show you that one too, but right now I can't do that. So I'm going to put a little here on this side. And I'm going to go and put some on this side. Almost forgot. Just barely squeezing it, it still comes out like crazy. Like I said, I don't have the little nozzle anymore. Mine broke. The nozzle, the little piece came flying out of it. Out of the nozzle. The little tip. I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. That little tip. And see how clean that looks now? Now just make sure it's all flat. Just like that. Open it up. See? And it's thinner. It's just so much easier, and it's so much cleaner too. That's how I do it. Hopefully nobody steals my idea and then turns around and doesn't give me credit for it. I'm just joking, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this other one done real quick before I end up losing y'all. Okay, I don't need that much room on this one. Like I said, I'm gonna do it the same way, but I'm gonna give it a little room. I gotta figure out how far. And seeing as how I want them to be even, and there's no marker for me on that one, I want them to be exactly alike, so I'll put them together because your cutter will cut through this. I'm going to say right about there is good. That'll give it enough room. And just cut that off. You can keep that too. Use it. If you don't have one of those, you can take and put a ruler across there and cut down it. Or if you've got a guillotine, you can use a guillotine. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people forget. I'm going to show you something real quick before the time runs out. Oh, no, not that. I don't have any paper to show it now. Darn it. I'm going to do it with this. I wasn't going to use these, but I'm going to show you. Okay, you see that little line right there where it curves right there? That's where I usually cut. So it gives me line. Now, I'm going to use my ruler. I'm going to find a little bitty one. Pretend you have a little bitty one. If you don't, I know everybody usually has some kind of ruler. I actually didn't, believe it or not, and I used a some kind of a tool that I had that wasn't a tool, but it was like I don't know how to explain it. I can show it to you if I find it. I just go like that, like that. Now you have your line. Fold it back this way. Fold it back this way. You get where I'm getting at now, I'm pretty sure. You just keep doing that. And then just make your little rip right at the top there. And just, if you don't have a ruler, there you go. Just saying. There's all kinds of ways to do things. Don't ever think you can't do it, because you can. Don't give up. Just because you don't have what we have. Trust me, I used to cry because I didn't have the stuff. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty pathetic. But yeah, you don't know how much you will enjoy this once you get busy doing this kind of stuff. You will really like it. And you will get, like I did sometimes. And it really does suck. I tell you that right now. It really gets on your nerves when you watch all these ladies using all these tools, just like I'm doing with y'all in front of y'all, and I'm sorry. But now I have the, you know, the items that I can, you know, been saving, making money, making my journals, and turn around and sell my journals. Okay. I'm a rambler, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't help it. I did that wrong. Darn it. No! I'm just going to grab another one. Darn it. Oh. I don't want to. I want to just go ahead and use this. Oh well. I'm just going to go ahead and use it. There we go. Get that back piece that we's glued down. Glue this top piece down too. I'm just going to sit here and do this until it's dry. Once I'm done, I can sit here and either put washi tape on there or something else. You know, you have options. Okay. Trying to keep that from sticking to it. You can also go like this while it's drying. But yeah. Now all I'm going to do is cut right here, right across, to get that out of the way. Man, when I'm having fun, I tell you what, the time just flies by. Now, if you want to cover this, you know, I wouldn't cut these off. I'd leave them. It gives you more support. But this one I'm going to do this with. I'm going to cut those off. Just like that. I'm not going to throw these away. I can turn these into little doors. See, you just put them on something like that. Put them close together. Oh, wait, you can't see it like that. I'll use this and show you. So you can put them close together like that. Just like that. Because they're exactly alike. Put your two little handles and make some lines down it and you got your door. All kinds of things you can do with these. But anyway. Yes, I'm a penny pincher. What can you tell? Okay, I need to put my lid thing back on. There we go. These things are great. These are knitting needle covers. It keeps your knitting needles from poking you. That's what those things are. And you can get them on my, you can find them on my Amazon shop. Not my Amazon shop. Gee whiz, man, I am never going to get this right. I'm not used to it. It's the my recommends page on my website. And right below the pictures on there, you will find a link. I had to go through a lot of work to do that. Each piece and everything. Along with editing the picture and all that good jazz. I have to... I'm sorry, y'all. I do ramble. I can't help it. It's just who I am. Gotta love it or not. I'm sorry. Ain't no changing me. I'm too old to care. Oh, what did I do? Did I get it too far down? Oh, that's the way it's going now. Oops, I hit it with my nail. Now, that's if you don't have a bone fold. Use your finger. Use your nails. Now, see, that's coming loose. See, it's trying to come loose. So it was drying when I was sitting there trying to decide what was I going to do. I mean, I could be quiet if you want me to. But I think my videos would be definitely boring. Okay, so we got... This one is next. Let's see, where was I going to put this one? This is the green. Down over there. Do I have a green page at all? Besides the... Maybe I can put it behind him. And then there he is, the green. So, do you see that? The green? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to move that. I don't like that close to that one. So I'll just use it here. Even though that's blue. How about that? There we go. Okay, so that one's done. And then we have the brown. This one has the green. I might trade these out real quick. There's another one. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's because I didn't put it in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to trade that out for this one. Hopefully I don't cut off before I can say bye, you know. I have a tendency to do that. There we go. Now that one's done. And with this one, we're going to go over here in this area. And we're just going to stick you in between there. And I will go back and fix those envelopes to where they're covered and I can make pockets out of them. So it goes in the back. Okay. Now that should give me 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Okay, so 8. So I need 2 more things. What was I going to do? I forget. Oh, I was going to... Can't do that now. Oh, I was going to go through this. That's what it was. I'm going to go through this, find something in here that I can use. These are vintage. I don't know if they'll handle that though. I want to get a whole bunch of copies of these before they end up, you know, being all used. I'm looking for one with the least amount of writing on it for right now because like I said, my niece don't really understand what all this stuff is to us. So, I don't want to... Not that I'm wasting it on her, because I'm not wasting this on my niece. I am. I'm doing good to use this stuff for her, too. There. These are old pictures. I'm not ready to use those. Those are definitely falling apart. These are, what do they call them? Oh, I just now seen them almost up for time. So this is the second video. So thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please give it a like, subscribe, share the video, comment in the comments if you have any questions or requests or some information you want to share with somebody else. So I thank you for watching and I'll see you next time. And until then, y'all have a great time making your journals and everything. Watch for the next video. Talk